Boy, it looks like these guys really want to get at me right now. It's a good thing I'm stuck in the doorway, otherwise they'd be really having a field day on that right now. What's going on? Everybody, your host, LovelyCheesePizza here. Welcome back to Let's Play some more Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. And I'm gonna just level with you here. I am mildly intoxicated. Not, like, majorly. I did not go with the hot and or fire sauce of intoxication for the evening, but I did go to a Street Fighter II tournament at the Coin Jam, on a little barcade of choice, and hey, needless to say, I may or may not have had a few beers and or actually it was just and, it wasn't really an or, but I also had a glass of wine along with it, because, hey, you gotta keep things classy. You really do. I mean, you can't just be that guy that's just pounding down the beers with nothing classy to have with it. Ed, it is I, the Elder. An orb known as the Moon Pearl is in this tower. Whoever holds the Moon Pearl is protected so that his form will not change in the world of darkness. You must find it and escape from the tower. Do not forget the Moon Pearl, or your allowance is gone. Seriously, I will fuck you up with that. So don't think for 1 second that I won't take it. It may have only been 35 cents a day for mowing the lawn, but I will ruin your life, says the Root Beer Man. But yeah, I definitely, I had a couple of things. So am I going to say that I am, like, super drunk? No. But am I going to say fully that I am 100% sober? Also, probably not. Because I could be fully accused of hyperbole in a situation like that, and, well, I'm not gonna do it. I think also, in this area, is there not something, because, I mean, the boss fight is right upstairs, so we're definitely going to be handling that at one point or another today. But I'm almost certain. Wait, do we not have the big key? I don't remember. Well, shit. Hold on. I need to think about this for a minute. I could've... Oh, that's not where I meant to go. Oh, shit on my nuts. Oh, we do have it. Okay, we do totally have it. Alright, so if we go up here and we hit the, play our cards just right, then we'll be fine. Yeah, okay, see, yeah, it's this big hole, it's this hole right here. That's the one that takes us to Providence Healthcare Center. Oh, what? Oh, suck a wiener. Just a big, like, flaccid, extra oily, just a piece of sausage that's attached to one's body that is also the organ that helps, excrete urine from your life. Okay, actually, it is the same thing, but we need to enter it from this side. That's what it is. That's right. Yeah, see? It's all about angles. There's the Moon Pearl. Alright. Everything's good. Everything's fantastic. And now we can go take on that weird, scaly whore that lives on the top floor of this place. But yeah, dude, it was actually a pretty cool little tournament. Like, I never enter Street Fighter tournaments because I'd get just my ass blown out. It would just be like a weird bag of like loose blades of grass and leaves from somebody mowing the lawn or something. And they didn't even tie the top of it, so it'd just be like flailing around in the wind. Which apparently, by the way, I mean, there's like a raging storm going on here in Oregon. And I guess in Tillamook, which is a city, right off the coast, they have winds that are approximately 103 miles an hour. I just heard about it from my friend, ironically enough, that lives in Nebraska. That's just keeping up on that. Oh no! God! I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! Oh, come on! You're gonna throw me all the way down, huh? Oh, are you nice? Aren't you just a cocky piece of Campbell's soup? Just so you know, chlamydia is not a soup. It never was. I mean, anybody that would think that chlamydia a disease of sexual transmission from doing the hibbity-dibbity would actually be a soup sold in a can on a shelf in the grocery store, well, then you probably deserve whatever you get at that point, because that just seems like just seems ludicrous to me. Alright, let's see if we can figure this out. This, for whatever reason, this boss fight has always been a problem for me. And, like, I mean, the objective is so easy out of it, but it's just the fact that, you know, you can get thrown off the walls at any time. And it really sucks. It is not a thing that I enjoy. Okay, wait. It's only gotta be like a couple of hits left. Oh, there it is! Yeah! Yeah! Give me the pendant of the fiery stuff! Ah, the red one. The red one's always the best one. It looks like a delicious, what is it? What are they? Maraschino cherries? That's what it looks like. With like a bejeweled stem. You won the Pendant of Wisdom. With this, you have collected all 3 pendants. Now, go to the Lost Woods and get the Sword of Mastery. I love that little move that he does, and whenever he completes a dungeon, he always does that little 360 move and puts his sword up and it freaking dings on him. It's so tight. That's like everything I've ever wanted in my life. Also, can we go over here and totally get... what is it? Is it Ether or Quake that's over here? It's one of the two. I guess we'll find out. Hold up the Master... Oh, you need to get the Master Sword first. Okay, that's fine. But we get Ether over there, and that's pretty good. Ether's an awesome move. I love it. I really do. But yeah, I would never take part in Street Fighter tournaments. I just, like, the people that always compete in them, they're way better than I am. I've never really been that great at fighting games anyways, so I got there, I decided to, you know, grab a couple of beers, and from there, I decided to, you know, take on some shoot-'em-up games instead, and I played some Raiden DX, which, dude, I'm all about that game. It's always been one of my favorites growing up, and I totally, on my very first quarter that I put in, maybe it was just fate, who knows, but I totally logged the high score on the cabinet, which was actually, I had a fairly, you know, a fairly decent score to beat, and I was able to knock it out on my first quarter, and everything was good from there. I knew that my adventures were going to be definitely well worth it at that point. Alright, making good time here. That's not what I meant to do. I guarantee you there was actually probably like a heart piece up there that I should have gotten, and I totally forgot about it, but it's fine. I'm not going to sit here and worry about it too much. I think also, in the Dark World, this tree is something that you can totally travel into by maybe sprinting into it? I forget. The House of Lumberjacks, A Bumpkin and B Bumpkin. I wonder if they're holding any treasure in here. I never remember. It looks like literally the most run-of-the-mill home in the history of the world. I mean, not even a flat screen? Nothing? Not even like a stereo system? You can't even have like a house party that you can have like a rager or anything, you know? I mean, you at least gotta have some type of, you know, musical output system in there. I mean, he'd be like, everybody gather around the table with 2 stools and let me bust out the lute and I'll play you a song of my times. And it'd be great. That'd actually be pretty cool. I wouldn't, I'm not gonna say if somebody, you know, if somebody busted out a medieval musical instrument that I wouldn't be like super fucking down with it, because I would. I love musical instruments. I always have wanted to learn how to play the piano. Is it gonna happen in my lifetime? Probably not. Because, you know, I'll sit here and flap my gums about it all the live long day. Did we seriously not pick this up? I thought we picked this up already. I guess we're gonna do it again. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You know what? If we gotta have a bag full of mushrooms, we gotta have a bag full of mushrooms. Oh god. This area, it just like, I never really think about this area that much. Like I mean, I do, but when I think about it, I always think about, like, the Dark World version of it. Everybody's running around, they're like, oh god, I know what he's doing! He's gonna grab the big one! He's got the triad of fruits. Oh my god! He's gonna do it! He got the sword! And it's all glowy. Suddenly, contacts you telepathically. Quadruple ellipsis. Ed, it is extraordinary that you won the Master Sword that makes evil retreat. With this shining sword, I believe you can deflect the wizard's evil powers. The destiny of this land is in your hands. Please, Ed. Oh, don't worry. I intend to the full extent of Hyrulean law that I am going to rip the living ballsack out of anybody that even thinks for 1 second that they can take me on. Ed, help! Oh wait, no, this is totally Zelda. Ed, help! The soldiers are coming to the sanctuary. Aye! Why? Why is IE the response of all the different things? It couldn't just be or, you know, or no with like 17 O's and 4 exclamation points. It had to be IE. Apparently she's channeling her inner Latina. But yeah, I definitely, like, I always think about, like, the forest when in, like, the Dark World, where you got, like, all the skeleton people running around. And then thinking about that, I actually thought about this the other day. I was thinking about this with my friend Matt, and we were talking about like some weird like protocol for when he dies, because we've joked around about this for years. Like when he dies, he's got like this whole thing written out about what he wants me to do with like with his casket before it gets, you know, lowered into the ground or whatever. Oh come on, no! Oh damn it, that stupid guy. I know he's got something. I just don't remember what it is. I think it's like a heart container or something, but I'm gonna get him. His ass will be mine. Aha! I can't believe you caught me! With your speed, it must have been easy to kidnap Zelda. You don't look like such a bad guy, though. Probably because you didn't fucking do it. Anyway, because you have such quick feet, it might be a good idea to run and bash into many things. For example, the trees in this village have many useful things hanging in their branches. Well, just try it, okay? If you go to this certain one, I totally hit a whole bunch of fireball in there. And then he just disappears. So he literally had nothing for me. It was literally just a waste of my time. Alright, so we gotta go to this... Wait, do we go to the sanctuary, or can we just go straight to... I think we just go straight to the castle. Yeah, we totally do. We definitely don't even have to stop by there. That's fine. It's totally fine. But yeah, so we were thinking about this this one scenario. Actually, we can go over here. About, like, when you die... Oh, and I need the hammer first. Oh, damn it. Alright. Alright. Where do we get the hammer from? I forget. Oh, I know where we get it. Or, no, wait, no, I don't. We'll get to it later. I mean, it's not, like, super important right now. But yeah, we were talking about, like, about death, because he's like, you know, when you put me 6 feet under, I want you to do this and this and this to my casket. And I was like, first of all, if I do those things, your mother will probably kill me where I stand, so I'm probably not gonna be able to do those things. And I won't talk about them right now. I'll save it for a rainy day. But when we were talking about that, I came up with this thing. I was like, well, why is it that people get buried 6 feet under? Like, why is that the designated distance for people to get buried into the ground? Like, why not like 50 feet? And the reason why I said 50 feet is, like, I get that that's an abnormally long distance to get buried into the ground with, because, I mean, they got, like, those weird devices that lower your casket down into the ground. But in the same situation, like, imagine lowering a casket that far into the ground with the same device. Like, it goes down 6 feet, and then the cable just stops, and it just, like, drops your casket, just free-falling, like, 50 feet down into the ground. You know there's no way that thing's gonna land, like, you know, perfectly flat. I mean, that thing is just gonna go belly up, and it's gonna land, like, on end. And your casket's gonna, like, break open, and, like, your either embalmed or non-embalmed body is just gonna be, like, hanging out just down in the bottom of the grave. It'd be terrible. It'd be, like, a horrible, horrible thing. But at the same time, by the way, this is gonna get playfully ridiculous. Oh yeah, it's like a little mini dungeon. I forgot about that. We're, in this episode, by the way, we're probably not gonna actually do the full fight with Aghanim. we'll at least probably get to the room where he is, but we won't actually fight him yet. Just because we're kind of sitting right in that area for time. But yeah, so I was like, why don't we just bury people further in the ground? If not for anything else, for, you know, like the quote-unquote zombie apocalypse. Even though I firmly believe, and you guys know this because I've mentioned it before, that I feel like a robot apocalypse is easily more plausible than a zombie apocalypse. But just in the slight off chance that were to happen, the 0.0001 repeating chance that is a realistic thing. I mean, you think about music videos like Thriller, like Michael Jackson's Thriller, where, you know, he goes by the cemetery and you got people that just start sprouting up out of the ground. And why would they even be able to get out of the ground? Because they're only buried 6 feet under. Like, that's a standard, that's like a standard, like almost standard male human being height. If you were to bury them 50 feet under and they were to, you know, reanimate as a corpse, as a zombie or whatever, there's no way in hell they'd be able to climb 50 feet out of their grave to come feast on people's brains. There's no fucking way that would happen. So, if we started burying people 50 feet in the ground like we should have been this entire time, I mean, we'd be avoiding a lot of potential problems. I mean, there'd still be zombies in certain places, because it seems like they're not always coming out of the ground, you know, from their cemetery resting place or whatever, but I mean, you'd be able to dwindle the numbers down pretty significantly to a point where it would be easier to manage. Who knows? Maybe I'm a visionary, maybe I'm not, but I mean, it's something that really makes you think, at the very least. And also, for, you know, like small-ass, you know, cemeteries, because there's a lot of, you know, rather miniature ones, as I've seen over my years of living, you know, in this area. There are a lot of small cemeteries. If you were to bury somebody 50 feet in the ground and your cemetery became overcrowded, so to speak, and you had to, I mean, like, what happens when a cemetery gets overfilled? Do they just, like, not allow to take any more people in? Or what? They just like, hey, you know, this cemetery is full. You got to go over to Barrack. You know, you got to go over here because we have literally no more room to take in, you know, dead bodies. I don't really know what the process is for relocating the dead. But at the same time, if you were to be burying people 50 feet in the ground, and maybe this is totally fucked up, I don't know. If you were to bury people 50 feet in the ground and you ran out of room in said cemetery, you could totally just bury people, you know, put people like 25 feet down on top of where that is. That's probably horrible. It sounds pretty bad now that I'm actually saying it. It really does. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh god. Okay, get out of here, get out of my face here. Still don't know why a boomerang makes people freeze like that. It's very strange. But, I mean, you could totally, you know, make your situation a lot better if you were to have, you know, extra space like that. But who knows? That's probably, like, one of the worst things that I could have said, and I'm not even, like, realizing it right now. Just burying people on top of another gravesite because, you know, you're running out of space as a cemetery. That's probably one of the worst things you could do. But who knows? I'm just crafting theories here. I'm looking, you know, I'm looking out for the future of our children here, or even ourselves. Who knows? If that type of thing happens, it's going to happen while we're alive. I'll bet you. You know, the end of times is already upon us, as it would seem. And we got fucking Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump of all people. I mean, those are the ones. Those are the ones we came up with. Out of anybody that you could possibly think of, those are the guys that passed the test. I'm still waiting for Ashton to come out and say, look, this is not really what was going on. I mean, both these people are literal crap. And then we've actually got, like, these two other people just sitting behind this special curtain, and we're waiting for, you know, everybody to figure it out, and then we're going to laugh at you for hours on end. But I don't think that's really going to happen. Here we go. Ah! These guys in the gold armor, they're pretty crazy. They've got a lot of HP on them. Not to mention, they get some crazy range out of that weapon. And yet the guy in the red's the one that hangs around the longest. Oh boy. been a long night, man. It's been a long, long day. But you know what? I'm feeling good about it. I really am. Oh, boy. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Is this the room? I think this is... Yeah, we gotta be getting close. I totally forgot how long this dungeon is. It's deceptively very long. I mean, not as long as, you know, other things. Oh, here we go. This is the room. Oh, yeah. Yeah. On lucky number 7 for a floor. Alright, well, we're going to stop right here, my friends, because when we come back on the following episode of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, we're going to head right through this other room over here, and we're going to have a nice little chat with Aghanim. And then we're going to engage in coitus. And by that I mean not at all, because that's weird. We're going to actually fight in a really weird, you know, auxiliary room that shouldn't exist, but that's besides the point. Until then, my friends, this is your host, LovelyCheesePizza, saying thank you guys for watching, and I have a double quarter-pounder cheeseburger waiting for my ingestion right here by my left foot. So until then, my friends, I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.